Now! Both team leaders ordered at the same time, and guard barriers went up so in sync that two blinding sword lights tore across the intervening gap, and 6 red streaks came down from the sky toward the mages' backs. Karl slashed an uppercut toward the attackers, sending his own rend attack into the incoming sword light. The collision dissipated the claws, but dimmed the light of the sword attacks before the second rend stopped them entirely. The warriors on Karl's team smiled in victory as Hawk's attacks took down both of the mages, activating the defensive charm on their uniforms and sending them out of the battle.
What the heck just happened?
One of the attackers shouted, unaware that they had been ambushed. They looked around frantically, unsure of where the next attack would come from. Hawk was still in the trees behind them, unwilling to fly out and make himself a target if he didn't have to. It distracted them for just long enough that Karl could launch 2 more attacks of his own, forcing them to defend, while Dana prepared her magic missiles. She took longer than most to cast them, but when she did, her strength was much better than average. The attacking team leaders couldn't do anything about the magical projectiles as their blades were already out of position from trying to parry Karl's rend. They took the hits, absorbing them with their enhanced physiques, then jumped sideways to dodge the next attack by Hawk.
That's just low. How did you trick the monsters into being on your side?
The boys complained, while Karl's team laughed.
Didn't they warn you? Karl has a pet hawk? It's the talk of the first-year dorms.
Dana joked. Their banter was interrupted as they were all surrounded by glowing magic and moved to the staging area where they had started the battle.
The match is over. I let you chat for a moment, but the victory goes to Defense Team 5.
The older mage announced.
How did we lose?
The attackers demanded.
You might not have noticed, but there were more than 2 sets of rending claws in the air when you evaded. You jumped right into the second set, and my defensive magic absorbed it for you, so it didn't flay your backs open. You, Karl, was it? How long will it take for your hawk to get back here?
The mage added. Karl focused on his taming space, and Hawk appeared, disgruntled about having been left behind. The training area was part of the circle around the academy, though, so he had only been a kilometer away and could have been back in a matter of minutes.
If I didn't call him, only a few minutes. We were only transported a kilometer or so. That is an incredible spell, by the way,
Karl replied. The younger mage smiled at Karl's enthusiasm.
It is a magical item that came from an ancient ruins. The ability to transport more than 1 student at a time allows for a much more immersive experience, but the protective magic is entirely the providence of the senior professor. Well, we should get you all washed off. It's not often that a team decides to actually hide in the swamp. Normally, they choose a more stand-up fight on dry land. But I must say, that ambush was masterful. They didn't even realize that they were under attack until the mages were already eliminated.
Sergeant Rita added.
Yes, while the laundry team might not appreciate your ingenuity, the execution was flawless. I think that the young sergeant has made a wise recommendation, adding a scouting and ambush specialist to the team leaders. Simply having warriors and mages who knew each other's style was a bit dull.
The old mage agreed. Sergeant Rita nodded.
All right, everyone, get cleaned up. The bonus will be added to your student cards before you're back to your rooms. Good work, everyone. It's been a long time since we had so many winners and such a challenging fight.
Karl's team walked a little more proudly as they returned to the base. The extra credits could get them some cool stuff for their rooms, little luxuries, or even more special treatment in the academy. This group didn't really need that. They were already recognized as worthy of the extra training. but they were quite intrigued as to how the Academy had known that Karl was going to be so outstanding right from the start. It had to be that rending claw skill. That was deadly, and he could block the attacks of 2 awakened rank team leaders at once without exhausting himself. The fact that there was also Hawk, who could do the same, was just an unfair advantage in the mind of the other students. What sort of class gave you a combo set right from the start? But if they got to be on his team again, there was a good chance that they would get the extra bonus at least once more this semester. So far, all of their battles had ended in a Pyrrhic victory, with the attackers only having a few remaining students when the fight was over. The bonus wasn't cumulative. Each winning student got the same, unless the teachers decided that they didn't do well enough to deserve it. So having all 9 of them get the bonus was a huge victory for their pockets.
How about we meet at the study hall after we shower? There are some good places to relax and study for the afternoon if you'd like to join us.
One of the warriors asked. Dana smiled at Karl.
What theory classes do you have? I haven't seen you in any of the magic ones, so it must be a physical attack skill that you use.
Karl tried putting on his best innocent face, but the others caught it immediately.
You don't have any theory classes handing out homework, do you? Are you in all practical classes?
Dana demanded, with jealousy showing on her face.
I have skill interception training in the morning, martial arts in the afternoon, and then Sergeant Rita assigns me lessons as she sees fit. It's not really a class, just a bit of study on things I should know, like monster anatomy.
Karl explained. One of the boys laughed.
Well, you've got it better than Dana. She's got theoretical magic and practical skills in the morning across from our classroom. Then she's in modern dance and cosmetology all afternoon.
Dana blushed, while Karl gave the cute mage an assessing look. She wasn't the sort of stunning beauty that would grow into a supermodel, but even covered in mud, he couldn't deny that she was the sort of adorable that you just wanted to hug on sight. How he had missed it the first day, he had no idea. Perhaps it was one of the side effects of the divine injection, like his extra height. There was only one reason that she would have to take dance and cosmetology so early in her first year. They wanted to train her to be a celebrity, whether she had previously wanted to or not.
Just be glad it's not you. Those teachers have a lifetime of shattered dreams that they want to live through the students. It's hell.
Dana muttered.
I'm not sure that I'd look good in eyeshadow and lipstick, but I will join you in the search for a good study spot. I've got a bunch of books waiting for me to read them.
Karl agreed.